All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down a piece of tech that is seriously changing the game for how companies handle data. It's called Microsoft OneLake. You'll see why it's being called the OneDrive for data, and more importantly, why getting your head around this now could give you a massive leg up in your career. Let's dive in. So to get us started, I want you to just think back to any group project you've ever done. Remember that chaos? You've got final report underscore v2.docx, but then someone else has final report underscore sarah's edits.docx. And of course, there's always a final please use this one.docx. It's just a total mess, right? You waste so much energy just trying to figure out which file is the real one. Well, believe it or not, that's pretty much the exact same problem that huge companies face every single day, just on a much bigger scale. In the business world, they call this problem data silos. You've got the marketing team with their data, the sales team with their own version, finance has another copy. It leads to tons of duplicated information, nobody can collaborate, and no one knows what the actual source of truth is. It's literally that same group project nightmare, but for an entire organization. And this is precisely the chaos that OneLake was built to solve. The idea is simple but powerful: a single, unified home for all of a company's data. That nickname, OneDrive for data, it is absolutely spot on. It's one central trusted place for everything. And the comparison isn't just a gimmick, it's surprisingly direct. You know how OneDrive gives you one place for all your documents? OneLake does that for analytics data. OneDrive makes it easy to share files with classmates, right? Well, OneLake does the same for massive teams across a company. You can even browse your data using a OneLake file explorer, just like you would with your regular files in Windows. So here's the absolute core principle. This is the big one. Every organization that uses this system gets exactly one OneLake. That's it. Not two, not 10, just one. And that simple, single rule just completely eliminates the problem of having a dozen disconnected data lakes right from the get-go. Okay, so how does this OneLake idea actually work in reality? In this section, we're going to look at the principle that makes it all tick. This idea of having one lake and just one copy of your data. The whole philosophy here is to stop making endless copies. No more duplicating a massive data set just so a different team can look at it or a different tool can analyze it. The goal is to get the most value possible from a single copy of the data by keeping it all in one place. It's about working smarter, not harder. So how does it do this without just becoming a jumbled mess? Well, the magic is in this really clever feature called shortcuts. Think about a shortcut on your computer's desktop. The icon for your favorite game isn't the game itself, right? It's just a pointer that tells the computer where to find it. OneLake shortcuts do the exact same thing, but for data. They let you connect to data living in all sorts of different places, even in other services like Amazon S3, and make it look like it's right there in your project, without ever actually moving or copying it. Now, the second piece of this puzzle is the file format it uses. OneLake stores everything in an open format called Delta Parquet. The easiest way to think about this is like a universal translator for data. It means that all these different powerful tools, whether they're used for data engineering or data science, can all read and understand the exact same file. No need to convert it or mess around with it first. So we've covered the how. We know about shortcuts and the file format. Now let's see what this actually looks like when people are working. This next part is all about what this new way of collaborating looks like in the real world. And this just illustrates it perfectly. Imagine a data engineer using their favorite tool, Spark, to load a massive amount of information into OneLake. Then, a SQL developer can come right behind them and use their preferred tool, T-SQL, to build a warehouse on top of that, you guessed it, exact same data. And finally, a business analyst can connect Power BI to that very same data to build reports. You've got 3 different roles using 3 totally different tools, all working seamlessly on one single copy of the data, no duplication. This really brings us to a key idea from the source material, which is this quote: "You're always able to choose the best engine for the job that you're trying to do." It's all about freedom and efficiency. Instead of forcing everyone into one tool, you let people use the best tool for their specific task, all while working together on that central source of data. And for anyone who's into building reports with tools like Power BI, there is a total game changer here called Direct Lake Mode. See, in the past, you always had to make a trade-off. You could import the data to make your reports super fast, but then it would be out of date. Or you could connect live to the data, but it might be slower. Direct Lake basically says, you don't have to choose anymore. You get the incredible speed of an imported copy, but without ever actually copying the data. It's the best of both worlds. So this all sounds pretty awesome for big companies, but let's bring it back to you. As a student who's getting ready to jump into the workforce, why is understanding a concept like OneLake so important? Here's the bottom line. The world is moving away from those messy data silos we talked about at the start. Companies are desperately looking for people who get how to work in these new unified data environments. Just knowing about platforms like this and understanding the philosophy behind them gives you a huge advantage. Whether you want to go into data science, analytics, or engineering, this is where the industry is heading. So I want to leave you with this final big question to think about. When all those walls between data just disappear, when a single piece of data can be used for anything by anyone instantly, what new possibilities does that open up? What new questions can we ask? What new discoveries are just waiting to be made? That's the future that a technology like OneLake is helping build. Thanks so much for watching.